Hey guys, it's Heather from Cookies for Breakfast here with the Pregnancy Week 34 update vlog. I actually started filming this as week 33, but realized I had already done that. I also need to get posting on that. Still sick. Just this cough is lingering and it's driving me absolutely crazy. I'm hoping that over the next 6 weeks before the baby gets here, it will go away. But when I get a cold and a cough, usually lasts for several months. So just like that.
Mama?
Yes. Anyway, I have a feeling that when I'm crunched for time, the spot du jour in the new house for filming is going to be in the kitchen with the messy dishes behind me. It seems to be where I get the best light to set up the computer. I can't really find a better spot when it's like late in the day. So don't ignore the messy dishes behind and leftover birthday sign from Benjamin's party, which we still haven't taken down. So for week 34, I have a short list. We finally started talking names. We have 6 weeks left, so I thought it was probably a good time that we get cracking on that. Especially since we have to pick girl names and boy names because we don't know what we're having. We have very differing opinions on what we like for girls' names and boy names. So, yeah, it usually takes a lot of discussion. So we started girl names this past week, and we narrowed down to 13 finalists. Derek picked his top 3. I picked mine. His list is totally different than mine off of the 13. So, I don't know. I guess we'll revisit that later. But I feel like now that we've finished the girl names, I feel like we're missing something. I feel like there's some beautiful name out there that we've somehow missed. The book that we use is the reason why I really like it is because it's really short. I know you can buy books with 100,000 baby names, but that's way too much. It's too much for us. It's overwhelming. So what we do is we sit down. I read every single name, no matter how ridiculous it is, out loud. Derek says yes or no. Even if he says no, but it's something that I like, I'll bring it up for discussion and we talk about it. And kind of the rule is if one of us likes a name that the other does not completely hate, it goes on the list for consideration. So that's how we came up with our 13. I haven't looked at the list since we finished it. And I honestly couldn't even tell you maybe more than 2 names that are on the list because I don't remember. There's none of them that I'm super passionate about. But I did feel the same way when we picked Benjamin's name. There really weren't any that I was in love with and obsessed with. And then as soon as he was born and we saw him when we picked Benjamin, I was obsessed with it. So I guess maybe that's how it's just going to work. But it's hard picking a name knowing that you don't really love it. But anyway, what we are planning on doing is going to the hospital with probably 3 girl names, 3 boy names, and then waiting to see what the baby looks like when it's born, and picking the name that way, which is what we did for Benjamin. So that's the plan. Maybe we'll work on more boy names tonight. I'm not sure, or start the boy names, and see where we get. We used our favorite boy names on Benjamin already, so I'm kind of concerned that there's not going to be much to choose from, but maybe our tastes have changed since then. I don't know. So my short list here. This past week we also got Cooper. I picked him up last Monday at the beginning of week 34. And I'm kind of already freaking out. I wasn't really worried about how to handle Benjamin and a newborn at the same time. But now I am because we have Cooper in the mix and it's just been really difficult to deal with the 2 of them. I mean, just today I went out with Benjamin this morning, came home. Benjamin was running around in the basement, didn't want to come upstairs. I came upstairs to the main floor. Cooper pooped on the floor, which he's been doing almost every day since he got here. So, trying to clean up the poop off the floor. Benjamin's running around downstairs. Cooper runs downstairs in the basement. They're both running around together. I hear a huge crash. Something got knocked over. So, I'm in the middle of cleaning poop, trying to flush it, cleaning the floor. Have to go downstairs, make sure everyone's still alive. Come upstairs to finish the rest of the poop situation. Benjamin comes upstairs, sneaks down the hallway, starts playing Cooper's food, throwing it in his water bowl, which is his favorite thing to do. And this is a ridiculous story, but they just, each one of them kept getting into different trouble. When I would clean up one mess, run around and get to the next one. The other one has started some trouble again. So it's just been really challenging. So Cooper came home on Monday. It was raining all day Monday, rained all night. And we don't have grass yet. So I don't even want to get into the story, but I will. But it was so tragic. It was terrible. Cooper is like a flight risk. He likes to escape out of the house. And he doesn't come back. This is the reason why he has to be on a leash all the time. So it was super muddy when I went to take him outside on Tuesday morning. So put Benjamin in his high chair. That's been like the protocol. Benjamin goes in the high chair. I give him a snack because I don't want him to come outside with me and Cooper because that's too much to handle. So thank God he was in the high chair. So I go out with Cooper. We have like a side door that I was taking him out. And like I said, we have no lawn yet. And the house is all like it's built on like a big pile of loose dirt because we didn't have like nice dirt here when we first bought the land. So they brought in dirt. But because they brought it in, it was never really like fully packed down. It's not like if you are like in a soccer field and the land has been there forever and the dirt and it's hard because it's been packed down a lot. So Cooper goes out. He's like totally muddy. Comes back inside, right through the side door. We have like a mud room, which is where our laundry is. We have a deep sink. Thank God we did that. So I picked Cooper up. So he's facing like this. And he's like flailing his legs around. So when I came in, I couldn't shut the door because he's flailing all around. It's flinging mud everywhere. So I immediately put him in the sink in the laundry room. Started washing his feet off. He gets all cleaned up, and then he jumped out of the sink. And I was like, fine, whatever. Go run around and play. I don't care. He went right out the door because I couldn't shut it because I was carrying him. So he's out in the mud. I was supposed to be going. We were going out that morning. I had to get some blood work done, which I never did. So I had my Uggs on. And so I like immediately I'm like, Cooper, no, come back, come back. I go outside, start like trying to run after him, and it's like a big giant mud pit. So I slipped, fall, my feet start slipping into the mud. Benjamin loves Cooper, as you can hear him calling now. My feet were going into the mud. I got stuck in the mud over my knee, like up like mid-thigh. Like it was a quicksand and I couldn't get out. And it's not like your foot would sink in slowly. It's like as soon as you took a step, it immediately went down as far as it could. So it was kind of like running through like a giant tub of oatmeal. Like, I don't know if you've ever had a dream that you're running away from something and you can't. Like somebody bad is chasing you and you're paralyzed, you can't move. That was what it was like. And meanwhile, it's pouring rain. Benjamin, do not use that hammer on that, please. You can go use it on the couch. Thank you. It was terrible. So as I'm like slipping and falling, if my feet aren't sinking all the way into the mud, I'm actually falling because it's so slippery. Trying to pull myself out. My hands, like you couldn't even see skin because they were just so covered in mud. And our front yard is so big. Our house is like really far back from the road. Like our mailbox is practically another zip code. Like it's that far back. So I had to make it all the way down. Cooper goes across the street to our neighbor's house, who I don't even know, is running around in that yard. So like 5 minutes later, I finally get down there, and I'm sitting outside in the rain screaming. Like I didn't want to go in their yard because I don't know them. And I'm like screaming, like, Cooper, no, come back. And the man who lives there came out, and I'm like in the street, like soaking wet, covered in mud. You can't even see skin. I mean, like this huge pregnant lady, like literally covered in mud. You couldn't see most of my clothes because it was all mud. So he came out, and actually he caught Cooper. Cooper had run in the woods behind his house, and I thought he was gone. Like I couldn't see him anymore. But he popped out. The guy caught him. I brought him back home. It was like the biggest disaster, probably top 5 or top 3 worst experiences of my entire life, like hands down. It was just traumatizing. So we got him back. I'm not sure if my Uggs will ever be the same again. So it's just been a lot to handle between having a 2-year-old who gets into everything and doesn't listen, and having a dog who also gets into everything and doesn't listen. But Benjamin loves Cooper. Cooper's tolerant of Benjamin, but It's really funny to see them play together. So I'm a little concerned for what this is going to be like when I have a baby to deal with and I'm dealing with the two of them because they're just nuts, both of them together. We got our Christmas tree this week. We had Thanksgiving this week. I tried having apple cider vinegar water at Thanksgiving with dinner and with dessert, which really didn't taste that good, but it's supposed to help with your blood sugar. So I basically ate what I normally would eat on Thanksgiving. I didn't really hold back. I mean, excuse me. I guess I would have had more. I don't have your drink is in there. Your drink's in there. Yeah. I didn't really hold back. Like I said, I would have eaten more stuff if I wasn't dealing with the gestational diabetes. So I guess I refrained a little bit, but I still had everything. I had pie, I had mashed potatoes, everything. And my levels were decent. I mean, it was definitely higher than it should have been. It was 137. It was supposed to be under 120. But for everything that I ate, I thought that was pretty good. For other symptoms, the heartburn has been like getting worse. I mean, it'll be like during the, it's not even just at night anymore, it's during the day. Sometimes at night you just have to like sit up because it's bad, but it's still not as bad as it was when I had it with Benjamin. But I had a lot of stuff with tomato sauce this week that really flared it up. So that is kind of on my no list for now. My yogurt cravings, I've been having the yogurt since the day one. Kind of getting sick of that, so that's kind of fading out. I've been having leg cramps like crazy. Like I can't even stretch my legs at all because then I get like the horrible cramps in my legs and feet. I'm still not entirely back on the train with checking my blood sugar levels. It's just been kind of difficult still with the move and the schedule and running around and all this other stuff. It's just been like life's been very crazy and not very predictable to schedule like all these like doing the tests and doing everything as I'm supposed to. So that's kind of, I'm sure they're not going to be happy when I go to my appointment, but I don't know. I could try harder and I keep saying that I will, but it doesn't happen. So that's basically it for week 34. We'll do this. I actually, I know it looks like really big in the camera in the video, but I do think a lot of it is the angle of like how I have this all set up. I really don't think I've gotten that much bigger in the past couple of weeks. So I'm kind of excited about it. I was definitely bigger with Benjamin, definitely a lot bigger. So I'm happy with where I've been kind of sitting at in terms of size. So that's good at least. But that's it for week 34, so I will see you next week. Bye.